Well, Friday briefing time with me is the Chief Minister in the Council of Chambers. It's always nice to be invited into the inner workings of government here. That's where you sit, and that's where all the decisions are made, of course. And around the table, we should point out, you have all your ministers.
Yeah.
Overall, these days, is it still pretty okay, by the way? You know, or are you having more and more sort of disagreements and parting of the ways?
No, well, you can't have a Council of Ministers meeting without having a difference of opinion on certain issues, and we talk it through, come to a conclusion, and off we go, sort of thing. But it's harmonious. The alternative views are respected, listened to, and sometimes people will change their mind based on the information provided to them. But no, it's a harmonious Council of Ministers working together for the people of the island.
Any more shake-ups coming? Reshuffles?
Not that I'm playing.
Resignations?
I think
Sorry.
I think every minister is doing well and happy with their portfolio.
Okay. Well, you've got one item you want to talk about, and the programme for government progress, and you've got these 6 indicators, and well, you can take us through them. I mean, it seems okay. I wouldn't say it's exciting numbers, but you're pushing this out as positive news.
Well, 79% of everything in the programme for government on target, I would say, is a good day in the office. This is a first for the Isle of Man. Government has never gone out before. Yes, governments have gone out before with their plans and what they say they're going to do. Normally it's a shiny, nice document, and then it gathers dust for the remaining 5 years. This one had time frames, and it also had politicians putting their name down to taking responsibility. Every week, yesterday included, when we're in the Council of Ministers, on the agenda is the programme for government, and I ask all ministers, are they content that their department is delivering on the programme for government, and if they have any problems to let us know, so that if there's a case of putting resources that way to help, or getting another department, if it's a cross into departmental job that's got to be done, it's discussed. So we are on track for the public, the economy at this moment in time. This Touchwood is going where we want it. We've got significant investment from the private sector in bricks and mortar on the Isle of Man, but we've got to be cautiously optimistic. There's an awful lot that, whilst the programme for government is delivering, Paul, there's an awful lot of events happening off the island that could torpedo the good work that's happening on the island.
This is going back to the document when you filed the, this is what we're going. This is our plans.
Yeah.
You know how many days that is? Oh, by the way, my counter keeps going. 555 days now.
Thank you, Paul.
That's all right. And about 17 hours. But seriously, do you feel that's you're making the right progress at the right time? I mean, you're well into your tenure now. Yeah.
Well, we have delivered on an awful lot. We're tackling all the issues that nobody really wanted to discuss. So just this week we've been discussing the affordability of residential care, whether it be nursing home or a residential home. How is that funded? Now, if government was to pick the tab up for everyone, that would be another £34 million. But is the system fair at the moment? I don't think it is fair at the moment, where you could be a hard-working person, save all your life, pay into a mortgage, and then you need to go into a nursing home and the home is taken off you, and yet in the room next door to you could be someone who's earned exactly the same money as you, but they've chosen not to put money aside, and the state picks up the tab. So I personally, this is a personal view, and that's why we're looking at this for the whole of Tynwald, feel that we should all pay slightly more as we work, as long as people on low income where they can't pay anymore, that's acceptable. But on the whole, once you reach a certain threshold in salary, we should all pay a slightly greater contribution. So that
increased taxes. I mean, not VAT.
National insurance contribution. We pay 1% as employees.
Yeah.
You and me pay 1% less than we would if we lived in the United Kingdom.
You've always got one eye though on what other jurisdictions are doing. I'm presuming you'd like a consensus from the other Channel Islands and maybe.
Well, no, they are all different. So we're looking at the Jersey model, for example, and the Jersey model seems to be working well for them.
Well, they pay to go to a doctor over there, don't they? So that's quite different.
That's different. No, we're talking about residential.
I know. I'm just talking about health in general.
They are different, but they have significantly higher property prices than we do. Sure. So, but these are models that we're going away to look. So we are tackling issues that are important, and I think this House is prepared. The Tynwald Court is prepared to get on with it on the whole, rather than ducking the issues.
Well, when you say ducking it, but this will plough on forever and ever, won't it? I mean,
I hope to have a policy approved within the year on this. We've now agreed to look at various options. Those options will be worked up by ministers, brought back to Tynwald for a full debate.
So I mean, the 1% increase or whatever it's going to be is the way forward, is it?
No, that's Howard Quayle's personal
I know,
view.
but I mean, there is no other way you're going to find that money, is there? If you get the agreement that we should all pay more for our health care and old age care and that sort of thing, the money has to come from somewhere. So you have to tax somebody for that. If you change anything at all.
The option is you leave it alone,
sure.
So no change, or you say, right, those who are earning above a good living wage should be paying more towards the cost of what they will need. I mean, in Jersey they did it like an insurance policy. I think Guernsey tried an insurance policy, but it didn't work. They didn't take enough, and we can't find anyone who would be remotely interested in the insurance world in taking this policy, in providing an insurance policy, because you don't know how long people are going to live for. You don't know what the inflationary increases are going to be of providing that service. So these are significant issues, and I like to think we are tackling them.
And in the meantime, you've got what I call Glenside coming back on stream eventually, and an increase in numbers.
I think they're going to have a new name for it.
Sunnydale or something.
Something like that. But the important thing is, it won't be just a residential home. It'll be an element of nursing, residential, different types of care. I think there will also be some dementia care there as well. A mixture. That's how it should be. I know when I went on my world famous trip to New Zealand, we looked at that situation where you'd have a big site, and on the outskirts you'd have bungalows with people who were getting on in age but they could still look after themselves, and then slightly inner were the bungalows where you could go into a centre to get all your meals, etc. And then in the actual centre on the ground floor were people who needed residential care. On the first floor it was nursing home, and on the third floor it was dementia care.
Technologies, I've always been the one that's going to be robots in the future. Some sort of people who can live at home and have a machine / a robot to look after you longer. But I mean, that's things do change, and who knows around the corner.
You never know what's around the corner.
Okay,
Paul.
47% of people believe in you, but the rest, well, that's obviously 53, don't trust you or have, what was the actual wording? Respect, isn't it? Something in you, confidence in you.
Well,
as a government, not you, but government.
Well, that's improved from the previous year, and it's improved from the previous administration. I think it's going in the right direction. I always believe actions speak louder than words, and I think when people see the investment, the 12+ million that's been spent on the Mount Murray today, the redevelopment of the promenade, the 7-screen multiplex cinema being built with a new hotel, multi-storey car park.
You're being very positive on that, because nothing's actually happened until it actually happens, of course.
That's right. But
we've been there before.
Well, yes, but when the heads of terms and conditions have been signed off and the key tenants have been landed, shall we say, I think it's a private company doing this, but I'm led to believe that we are much... I've known about this for a while, but I didn't announce it until we'd reached and crossed certain levels.
When you get a multiplex, for instance, will the government get out of running cinemas and zoos and other things that, do you still see that there's a need for the Isle of Man government to run things like that when the private sector should be doing it? And cinemas is a very good example.
Yeah, well, I think that'll be looked at, Paul. Once it's up and running, what is, obviously we've got ours at the Villa Marina. Is that still needed, or can we do something else with it?
Well, we've got lots more to talk about, so we'll do that in part 2.